Nobody gets away with what she did. Nobody.
Hello and welcome to Back to the Feature, the show where we talk about movies past, present, and future. Today we're going to talk about a film called Nocturnal Animals. This movie is a sophomore attempt from director and writer Tom Ford, most famous for his work in the fashion design world. He also came out with a movie, I guess a few years ago now, A Single Man, starring Colin Firth, which is very, very well made, so I think a lot of people were anticipating to see what he was going to do next. He ends up bringing us a very dark, twisted thriller that I think is a very, very interesting and original film.
Yeah, this is a really unique film, and I think one of the more unique films I've watched this year. Tom Ford directs the hell out of this movie. This movie is beautiful. It's very brought to life. Like what he wanted with this film is very visualized.
Yeah.
Down to all these small moments. This movie is not for the squeamish, though. If you are not like a hardcore moviegoer, I would probably just avoid this one.
It's
honestly,
a dark movie, which I've noticed that Jake Gyllenhaal has been getting
it's
really
graphic.
dark work. He seems to be kind of gravitating. So if you thought that the other Jake Gyllenhaal movies of late have been very dark, you might not be able to palate this one. There's some very, very dark material in it.
But yeah, this movie is pushed forward. Great performances. I was so excited to see Michael Shannon
great
back
place to
again.
start is the performances, because there is actually so many.
There's so many.
But starting with the man.
Yeah, Michael Shannon, man, he's the man.
He is the man. He's
just
great.
one of my favorite actors working right now, and he is so awesome. His character is so fun on screen.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting is that like it took like that kind of that thing of like the cop with nothing to lose, and like no, this cop really has nothing to lose, and no spoilers there, but he plays kind of a no nonsense Texas sheriff who helps Jake Gyllenhaal's character out. It is a really interesting film, and we don't want to give too many spoilers here, just because I think that the mechanics of the movie in a way is a spoiler.
But yeah, no, and like Amy Adams too. I mean, just how many good movies can she pump out in a year? Her performance is really, really good. I don't know if it's better than Arrival, but it's right there. It's always right there.
I would say Arrival is better. I think that for her, it does ask a little bit more of her. Or I think that this really, for me, was just another Jake Gyllenhaal show. This one really was him. He's got, I think, a lot to do. There's a lot of challenges and things for him to convey.
Mm-hmm. Jake Gyllenhaal gives it. He's one of my favorite actors. Mm-hmm. He honestly, every movie he keeps coming out with is just good, top notch.
He's one of the most talented guys of his generation, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like those guys of that age group, he really is. I think more and more, I think this movie is another one where you sit there and go, like, you look at this guy's track record and look how good he's been since stuff like Donnie Darko when he was young. And he's just been consistently making great moves, making really good choices, and really, honestly, I think that with his name, he shines lights on movies like Nocturnal Animals like this that gets me to go out and see stuff like that. I'm like, oh wow, Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Shannon. Hell yeah, I don't even care what this is about. I'm going to go watch that.
Even Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance was really good in this.
That was, I think, what was impressive is because I really don't think too much of the guy.
No.
I'm not insulting or anything, but he's turned in some less than stellar performances, I feel like, of late. I really liked him in Kick-Ass.
He's good in Savages too. I mean, that's definitely a middle of the shelf movie, but he shows some range in that. But this is
very
like
light Oliver Stone. But he can be good in The Right Thing. That movie's a pretty minor footnote, I have to say, as far as Savages goes. And Kick-Ass, I thought was for him that was kind of his big debut. I thought he was really good. I thought in moments like the fight in front of like the diner and stuff, I think he really sold those moments of like being a hero. And then after that, he really just kind of has not done anything that really made an impact. I thought he was really bad in Godzilla. I mean, he wasn't given a lot to do in Godzilla, but man, he was.
I don't think he was bad.
There was really
there was nothing there.
There was nothing there. He really didn't emote
He's playing
anything.
off of Bryan Cranston too, and the way that movie functions is a little weak.
Well, I don't know. I think that even if you have an actor that shines really bright, we should still be able to kind of see your talent there. They didn't give him a lot, but then so he was just kind of sort of a face in that movie, and that's never a good thing, I think, for any actor. But so it's good to see him now doing
he wasn't
stuff.
Stephanopoulos or whatever.
It's good to see him do stuff that challenges him, and doing something different. And actually, that's what's interesting is that he wasn't really intending on doing this role. That he actually didn't think he could do it, and because his wife, I forget what her first name is, the Taylor part of that, or the Taylor Johnson. She's a producer and she knows Tom Ford, and they were like having dinner or something like that, and he wanted to get Aaron involved, and Aaron's like, no, I don't think I can really play that character.
It's fun to kill people. We should try it sometime.
You know, it's a really messed up character he's got to play in this movie. And then Tom Ford apparently said there was something when they were having dinner, some like expressions or something that he made where he felt like he could find that character in there. So that was cool. He did something outside of his comfort zone. He gave himself a new challenge, and I think it really paid off.
Yeah,
because I don't think I would have been able to see him in that light.
No.
But yeah, he plays a very sick, depraved character. Really interesting role for him, and I thought impressive. I'd like to see him do more stuff of that vein, or just challenge himself some more. I think that he has talent. He just needs to challenge himself more like this.
So yeah, overall, this movie it's a really good film.
Yeah,
I did really enjoy it. It is one of the better films I think to come out this year. It's not a masterpiece. It's not top notch. I was expecting a little bit more. I was a little underwhelmed with some of the payoff in the film, but it is still really well imagined. It is a really enjoyable film to still go out and see.
Yeah, I thought that the movie was going to be, in a way, a little bit more challenging. There's some things about it that I think that there's a lot of things to chew on with it, especially that ending. The ending, I think, is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those more
inspired
story. Moments in the movie, I think, is the ending. But yeah, it ended up being a little bit more, I guess, rote than I thought it was going to be. It was just a little bit more expected. And I thought that we were going to maybe trek into a little more unexpected territory.
So I'm sitting with an A- on this film. I think it still gets. I don't think it's B range. I think it's still. I think it's still up in the A's.
It's cream of the crop. It's definitely. I mean, it'd be pretty easy to see it on anyone's top 10 list from this whole year. It's just not quite like the best film that I've seen this year. So I mean that's really not like negative at all. That's a pretty decent praise. But yeah, just not quite the movie I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be kind of I thought it was just gonna be a bit better. I just thought it was just gonna be a bit better. That's the only way to describe that.
Yeah, just a little let down by it, but I mean that's to be expected if you go in with expectations. So
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like there's some performances there could have got a little bit more out of a few of the actors, Michael Shannon especially. Yeah, just to sort of tie some of that up a little bit more, and I think that would have really helped a lot. It says just a little bit more of some of that, just a little more of the characters. So that's been our short, non-spoiler review today of Nocturnal Animals. If you guys haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. But be ready, this movie is very dark, but it's also very good. Remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also, comment down below if you've seen Nocturnal Animals. You can also find us on Twitter at BacktoFeature, and you can find us on Facebook at our page at BacktotheFeature. I've been Giovanni Carlo.
And I'm John Vandeloo.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Don't do this. He's too weak for you. The things you love about him now are the things you'll hate.